Just sex education helps people gain the information, skills and motivation to make healthy decisions about sex and sexuality. Planned Parenthood is the nation's largest provider of sex education, reaching 1.2 million people a year. Facts about comprehensive sex education. Sex education is high-quality teaching and learning about a broad variety of topics related to sex and sexuality. Exploring values and beliefs about those topics and gaining the skills that are needed to navigate relationships and manage one's own sexual health. Sex education may take place in schools, in community settings, or online. Planned Parenthood believes that parents play a critical and central role in providing sex education. Resources for parents can be found here. Comprehensive sexuality education refers to K-12 programs that cover a broad range of topics related to human development, including reproduction, puberty, sexual orientation, and gender identity. Relationships, including families, friendships, romantic relationships and dating. Personal skills, including communication, negotiation, and decision-making. Sexual behavior, including abstinence and sexuality throughout life. Sexual health, including sexually transmitted diseases, contraception, and pregnancy. Society and culture, including gender roles, diversity, and sexuality in the media. Several important resources exist to guide comprehensive sexuality education implementation, including the Sexuality Information and Education Council of the United States (SIECUS) Guidelines for Comprehensive Sexuality Education was developed by a national task force of experts in the field of adolescent development, healthcare, and education. They provide a framework of the key concepts, topics, and messages that all sexuality education programs would ideally include. The Future of Sex Education Initiative (FOSE) seeks to create a national dialogue about the future of sex education and to promote the institutionalization of comprehensive sexuality education in public schools. They have developed the first-ever national sexuality education standards, national teacher preparation standards, and many additional toolkits and materials to strengthen comprehensive sexuality education implementation and professional development. What role does Planned Parenthood play in sex education? Planned Parenthood education staff reach 1.5 million individuals each year, and 64% of those individuals are middle school and high school-aged youth. Planned Parenthood education departments provide a robust range of programming options, including evidence-based education programs for young people, adults and priority populations, peer education programs, promoters programs and other community-driven, culturally relevant health education programs, parent-family education programs, LGBTQ-focused programs for LGBTQ youth and their parents' caregivers. Training of professionals, including educators and school staff, community-based organization staff, and faith-based leaders. Outreach and single-session workshops. Sex education resources. The best sex education resource is your local Planned Parenthood education department. There are also many other resources available to inform and guide sex education programs and policies. Advocates for youth. Advocates for youth partners with youth leaders, adult allies, and youth-serving organizations to advocate for policies and champion programs that recognize young people's rights to honest sexual health information and accessible, confidential, and affordable sexual health services. Answer provides high-quality training to teachers and other youth-serving professionals. Pet sitter. BedSitter is an online birth control support network for women 18-29 operated by the National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy. EDER Associates. EDER offers science-based health and education products and programs for health professionals, educators and consumers throughout the United States. The Guttmacher Institute. The Guttmacher Institute is a leading research and policy organization committed to advancing sexual and reproductive health and rights in the United States and globally through high-quality research, evidence-based advocacy, and strategic communications. Future of Sex Education. The Future of Sex Education Initiative (FOSE) was launched as a partnership between Advocates for Youth, ANSWER, and the Sexuality Information and Education Council of the US to create a national dialogue about the future of sex education and to promote comprehensive sexuality education in public schools. Gay, Lesbian and Straight Education Network. GLSEN works to ensure that every student, in every school, is valued and treated with respect, regardless of their sexual orientation, gender identity or gender expression. Georgia Campaign for Adolescent Power and Potential. CAP works to improve the overall health and well-being of young people in Georgia to ensure a more powerful future for us all. The National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy. The mission of the National Campaign is to improve the lives and future prospects of children and families by preventing teen pregnancy and unplanned pregnancy. The Office of Adolescent Health Teen Pregnancy Prevention Program. The OAGPP program is a national, evidence-based program that funds diverse organizations that are working to prevent teen pregnancy across the United States. SEOCUS, Sex Ed for Social Change advocates for the rights of all people to accurate information, comprehensive sexuality education, and the full spectrum of sexual and reproductive health services.